Speaking of Belichick inconsistency, we might as well have the Demario Douglas discussion now.
Oh God.
And if I start to yell, I'm sorry, but it's his decision to bench Demario Douglas and just in general in this game, Nick. Seeing some of it on TV, I got sort of like Bill Belichick, late Don Shula sort of vibes, like old man on the sideline barking, like, nothing's going right. Like, but the Demario Douglas thing, like, it's a complete joke. One of the Dolphins, a prominent Dolphins defender told me after the game, he's like, Demario Douglas is the only good player on that offense. And Bill took him out of the game. Why? The kid, even when I coach, I tell the kids, I said, look, if you make an aggressive mistake, that's okay. You make a mistake being careless or what have you, then we might have a problem. But if you're being aggressive and you make a mistake, all right, that happens. At least you're trying to make a play. The kid tried to make a play. He did earlier in the game. He did on that. That stop out of nowhere and then speed back up. You're like, holy crap. Like, the Patriots have a guy who can make somebody miss. And then, Bradley Chubb came from behind and made a play. That's a good player. Dolphins gave up a lot to get him. It's going to happen. It wasn't like Demario Douglas was like, carrying the ball like a loaf of bread or holding it out or whatever, and it got knocked away. Bradley Chubb just made a better play. Maybe because he's like 6'5" and 290 pounds, and Demario Douglas is like 5'6" and 180 pounds. But here's my thing about Demario Douglas. He shouldn't even be on the field. The only reason he is on the field, that a 6th-round pick out of Liberty is playing Sunday Night Football in his second NFL game, is because Bill Belichick left this roster so damn thin on offense that they have no choice but to put this kid on the field. And I love Demario Douglas, and I think he's real, and I think he's earned being out there. But Bill can't, you can't penalize the kid for your mistake. It's your mistake that you didn't get enough on offense, that you got to, put 6th-round picks out there. It wasn't an egregious mistake. The kid just made a mistake. Ezekiel Elliott fumbled in the first freaking game. Does he get benched? No. Like, what are we doing here? Like, it's like Bill is just so inconsistent. I don't know if he's starting to forget things, but like, it's starting to get to the point where it's a joke. Like, some of Bill's decisions and how he does this and doesn't do this, and he gets up to the podium after the game, and he's just like, not much to say about that. Oh, really? You fall to 0-2 at home? You've lost 7 of 9, and there's nothing to say about it? Like, what are we doing here with this team? As Julian Edelman would say on Inside the NFL. What are we doing? Like, seriously. Cut your nose to spite your face. I mean, if Demario Douglas, you needed him. He's the only guy who can make anybody miss. He's the only guy who could take one of these short little crappy plays which they can run. It's the only thing they can run right now, and he can go 80 yards for a touchdown. Freaking Devontae Parker stinks. Juju stinks. Yeah, I don't hear any of the receivers mouthing off about stink, stank, stunk right now. I mean, Juju is terrible at this point. Juju Sanu's probably being kind. Like, and you benched Demario Douglas? Like, what the F are we doing around here?
The CLNS Media Network is powered by FanDuel. Sign up at FanDuel.com/Boston and get in on the action with $200 in bonus bets guaranteed. When you place a $5 bet, that's $200 in bonus bets, win or lose.
Ever wish you could navigate the betting field with the confidence of a pro? Enter OddsR. They're not a sports book, but they're the sports betting advisor you've always needed. It's like having a playbook for smarter bets right in your pocket. I've been absolutely loving the experience, and I think you will too. Especially since Patriots Press Pass listeners get a 30-day free trial. Elevate your game day and join the smart betting revolution. Go get it at oddsr.com/presspass. That's oddsr.com/presspass.
Like, seriously.
It's ridiculous. You mentioned the inconsistency again. The inconsistencies on 4th down decision-making the last 2 weeks. The inconsistency how you handle Zeke and Demario Douglas. And people might say, yeah, but he's a rookie. It was a very good play by Chubb. Elliott was more careless than Douglas was with the football on their fumbles. What did Demario Douglas do that was so wrong and sinful against the game of football on Sunday, where the young dude had to get benched? Couple points. Number one, you didn't play him a lot in the preseason, Bill. But what did he get? 5 snaps on offense in the preseason? And now he fumbles the football, and now you're going to actually get mad at him when you didn't have him out on the field playing against the live bullets in the preseason when he's a 6th-round pick and a rookie? That's on you, Bill. That ain't on Pop. That's on you. Secondly, why the hell is he returning punts then? Bill pointed this out and said, well, after the non-answers, which I totally agree with you, and I tweeted this out at Nick C Radio, that doesn't work anymore, okay? But the Bill Belichick snorting and getting all, chapped ass with the media because, God forbid, somebody asks you why you benched the only explosive offensive player that you have right now. That doesn't work anymore when you've gone 2-7 in your last 9 games. You no longer get the benefit of the doubt, Bill. Those days are over, my friend. And you need to take accountability as the head coach. And tell the fans why you decided to bench the only explosive offensive player. But Bill used it and said, well, he was still out there returning punts. Why? You didn't trust him as a receiver for the rest of the game. And don't give me this, I know they're trying to cover Bill's ass here, but don't give me he wasn't in the packages. They said the same thing about Juju in week 1, the packages. Put him in more packages. He deserves to be in more packages then. Package. Put him in a package. Have him in every package if you need to. He's the only dude that got wiggle. He's the only receiver that has wiggle out there. Put him in more packages, Bill and Bill O'Brien. But if you don't trust him with the ball in his hands on the field, but you trust him in catching punts, which I think is more difficult than running with the football, what? I'm taking crazy pills. And it's just, it is so, imagine being Mac, because people said after the game, like, oh, Mac said a little extra about Pop Douglas. Yeah, just imagine being Mac Jones, okay, right now. Like, your offensive line sucks. They can't pass protect. You're getting guys running at you every single snap, pretty much. You have no run game to go to take a breath. You have receivers that can't separate when you're trying to run a quick pass game because your O-line sucks. And then the one receiver who actually can separate and give you some yak, your head coach benches them because a veteran defensive player makes a very good play. After what happened last year with the offensive staff, Mac Jones, honestly, he should go out there and be like, is anybody paying attention to this BS? Well, what do you expect from me?
With the busy fall season already in swing, you might be looking for wholesome, convenient meals for jam-packed days. Factor, America's #1 ready-to-eat meal kit, can help you fuel up fast with chef-prepared, dietitian-approved, ready-to-eat meals delivered straight to your door. Head to factormeals.com/PressPass50 and use code PressPass50 to get 50% off. That's code PressPass50 at factormeals.com/PressPass50 to get 50% off.